Let's talk about January 2025 on Visa Bulletin and also NVC National Visa Center update of this week. Hello, my name is John and welcome.
USA MONDE.
So guys, if you are thinking about petition for your relative this year 2025, or you already started a process, where this video is for you. So some of you guys who are thinking about petition for your relative, the first thing you need to do, like I always say, is to file I-130 form. Okay, so you can file it online, or you can send the package to USCIS address, okay, physical address, and then they will send you a notification that they receive your package, which is called I-797. Then after that, all you got to do is to wait until USCIS review everything and approve your case. Sometimes they don't approve the case, then they will let you know the reason why, or they might ask for additional documents, additional information before approving the case. So make sure you check your inbox, or you check your mail to see if USCIS send you a request, they call a RFE, which is a request for evidence. If you receive that, make sure you respond quickly. It's very important. So once they approve on the I-130 case, the next step is to start the immigrant visa process if your relative lives overseas, or start the adjustment of status process if the relative lives here in the United States of America, because sometimes the relative already lives here in the United States of America, therefore they don't have to go through the visa immigrant visa process. Okay, so that one is straightforward. So the beneficiary will adjust his started by filing form I-485, which is application for a green card. And then after that, they will receive an appointment for fingerprint, an appointment for interview, and then after that, a decision from USCIS whether or not they approve the green card. Okay, but in case your relative will go through the immigrant visa processing route, well, the case will move to NVC National Visa Center. One thing you need to keep in mind is to make sure on the form I-130 you mention that the relative will come to the United States of America with an immigrant visa. Therefore, once the case is approved, USCIS will know that they have to forward the case to NVC National Visa Center. So once NVC National Visa Center receive your case, they will create a visa case and notify you via a welcome letter. In the welcome letter, you will see the case number and invoice ID. You're going to need those two things to log into NVC system. Okay, when the case is USCIS, you can use the receipt or number to check the status of your case. But once the case moves to NVC, you will use the case number, invoice ID to log into the system to check the status of your case. Okay, one thing you have to keep in mind here also is that some of you guys will receive your welcome letter quicker than others. If you are immediate relative, meaning that you are a spouse of a U.S. citizen, you are a parent of a U.S. citizen, you are children under age of U.S. citizen, you guys will receive your welcome letter quicker, because there won't be a wait time for you. Okay, there will be a visa available right after the case is approved. Reason why you guys receive your welcome letter quicker. But if you are not immediate relative, for example, you are brothers and sisters of a U.S. citizen, you are a spouse of a green card holder or children of green card holder, well, you guys have to wait a little bit longer before you receive your welcome letter. You can only receive your welcome letter after the priority date is current in the Visa Bulletin on board, which we're going to cover in a few minutes. Okay, so once it's current, you guys will receive a notification from either USCIS or NVC, depending on the location of your case. So this week, NVC National Visa Center announced on their website that they are working on cases they received from USCIS on December 20th of 2024. So some of you guys will have a chance to start your immigrant visa process very soon after receiving your welcome letter. So once you log into NVC system, what you need to do, you'll need to pay fees, or you're going to pay two fees: the immigrant visa fee and also affiliate support fee. After you pay those fees, NVC will review everything and then unlock the DS-260 for you, which is the immigrant visa application. If you don't pay those fees, they won't unlock the DS-260 for you. Okay, you will pay the fees, then you, the petitioner, will submit some document. The beneficiary will submit some document also called civil document. The DS-260 is for the beneficiary, the person who will come to United States of America with the visa, also known as the intending immigrant. Okay, so once you guys pay the fees and submit all those documents, well, NVC will review everything. This week they announced on their website that they are reviewing document that you guys will submit on December 24th, 2024. After that, they will let you know whether or not your document to qualify. In case your document to qualify, you just have to wait until NVC National Visa Center schedule the interview at the U.S. Embassy where the beneficiary lives. Okay, so before we talk about that, if your spouse or your parent are preparing their immigrant visa interview, well, we have some ebooks that can help them with their interview questions. The links are in the description below. Now let's go back to the video. Sometimes some people think that they can get their interview letter quicker. Well, they look for different ways to get their interview letter. Well, let me tell you, once the case is a document to qualify, you submit all the required document, you just have to wait. There's nothing else you need to do. Be aware of scammers out there who will promise you that they can help you get an interview letter quicker. No, it's not possible. The only thing I can tell is that if you are waiting for your interview letter and then you are in hardship, you are in a life and death situation, you can expedite your case because NVC give you that option. You can expedite your case by sending the expedite request to them. Okay, so to increase your chance to get approved, make sure you submit all the proof. Okay, if you're in a hardship, make sure you submit proof in a document that prove that you're in hardship. If you're in a life and death situation, make sure you submit document that support that. Okay, once the case is approved, well, everything's gonna move a little faster. So I know a lot of you guys are waiting for your interview appointment letter now. Eventually it will come. Okay, it takes time, but it will come. And then lastly, we're gonna talk about inquiries. Some of you guys have questions. You don't know who to ask. You want to send the request to NVC. Well, they announced on their website that they are responding to the inquiries they received from you guys on January 2nd, 2025, which is a good thing because it looks like they are responding to those inquiries quicker this year. So make sure you check your inbox, you check your spam folder so you don't miss any email coming from NVC National Visa Center. Like I say in the beginning of this video, we're going to go over January 2025 from Visa Bulletin. If you're ready, let's go in front of my computer. So guys, so we're going to talk about family sponsor preferences. We're going to cover F1 category, which is for unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. We have, F2 category, which is split in F2A and F2B. So F2A is for spouses and children of permanent resident. We got F2B, which is unmarried sons and daughters 21 years of age or older of permanent resident. We have F3 category, which is married sons and daughters of U.S. citizens, and F4 category, which is for brothers and sisters of adult U.S. citizens. So those are the categories we're going to cover in this visa bulletin board. So guys, first let's cover date for filing. So this chart is basically for some of you guys who are waiting for your welcome letter to start your immigrant visa process, or who are waiting a notification from USCIS to start the adjustment of status process. Okay, so we have those four categories: the F1, F2, F3, and F4 category. So this is what you need to know about the chart. Let's say you are in F1 category, okay, which is this right here, and you are from Mexico. So you have to pay attention to this date right here, okay, this right here. I'm gonna circle it. This is the date, this is the cutoff date here you need to pay attention to. If you are in F1 category, you are from Mexico, this is the date. So what exactly you need to do with this date? So you need to compare your priority date, which is the day your petition was filed, with this date. So if your priority date comes before this date, it means that you will receive a notification from either USCIS or NVC, to start working on your application adjustment of status or immigrant visa process. Okay, but the priority date has to come before the date in the chart. If the priority date comes after this date, it means that it's not current yet. You still have to wait. Okay, so that's all you need to know here. If you are from the Philippines, you are in F1 category. This is the date you're going to pay attention to. If you're from India, this is the date you're going to pay attention to. If you're from China, mainland born, you're going to pay attention to this date. If you're not from none of these 4 countries, that's when you pay attention to this date, which is all chargeability area except those listed. You're going to pay attention to this date. That's it. If you're not from none of these 4 countries I just talked about, you're going to pay attention to this date. You will check your priority date with this date. Let's say, for example, your priority date is July 1st, 2017. It means that it's current. You should get a notification from either USCIS or NVC. Okay. Same thing with F2A category. You pay attention to the date in your country. F2B, F3, and F4. That's all you need to know about the chart. Okay. Now let's cover the final action date chart. So guys, this is the final action date chart. So this chart is for some of you guys who are waiting for your interview appointment letter or a decision from USCIS to know whether or not you get your green card. Okay, so same thing on those categories, those 4 categories, F1, F2, F3, and F4. You have the countries on top right here. You have the Philippines, Mexico, India, China, mainland born, all chargeability area except those listed. Okay, so again, the only thing you need to pay attention to is the cutoff date of. Now let's take an example of F3. If you in a F3 category, you're from India, well, you have to pay attention to this day right here because you're from India. It's under India, and it's for F3. Okay, so if your priority date comes before this date, it means it's current. You should receive a notification from either USCIS or NVC. Okay, the same date for people who are not from none of these 4 countries is still showing on July 1st, 2010. So you check your priority date, which is again the date your petition was filed with this date. Okay, same thing as a date for filing, but the only difference is, like I say, date for filing is for some of you guys who are wanting to start your immigrant visa process or adjustment of status process. Okay, if you are in let's say you are in a F2A category, or you're from China mainland born, this would be the date you need to pay attention to. Okay, if your priority date comes after this date, it means that you're still gonna keep waiting. So that's it. That's how you read the chart. Very simple. Or let me know in the description if you have any question. Thanks for watching.